What is good, y'all? SGG game, man. We are back and better with yet another Reds rebuild, and this time we're going through the spring training camp season, baby. As you can see, we got a lot of big name players that we need to go ahead and check out. Obviously, first time players: Joey Gallo, Cesar Hernandez, Jesus Aguilar, which I think immediate starters don't even got to check for them. We just want to see how good they perform during spring. But we got a lot of people trying to make the roster: Brad Parks, Matthew Nielsen, Max Sorock, Kyle Farmer, Jake Fraley, Albert Amora Jr., Alan Serta, Jay Allen, a lot of guys that I'm not sure is going to make the Major League roster, as well as rookie Doug Granger, who's a 75 overall, pretty strong already coming in straight out of the draft. So I want to see what he can do. He will be starting against left-handed pitching as the DH, while we let Donovan Solano take over for DH versus righties. Pitching rotation, top four, I feel like it's pretty solidified, but now we've got to see Hunter Green, Nick Lodato, Vladimir Gutierrez, Tariq Skubal. Which of those four are going to take over for starting pitcher number 5? Also looking at some relievers that we brought in: Seth Lugo from the free agency period, Kirby Yates from the Rule 5 draft. A lot of names we got to watch out for, so we're going to do this player lock style as we go through the entirety of the spring and kind of talk about the future and standpoints of the roster, how the team's going to perform, and how we improve off last year's record of 73 and 89 when we get into this regular season. So to start things off, we got Jesus Aguilar. He hit 33 home runs last year, 102 RBIs, 287, and he's somebody that I'm looking at to go ahead and take things over and be that everyday first baseman now that we let Joey Votto go. We traded him for Brad Parks, if you remember, to Baltimore, and I want him to come in, be that everyday first baseman, and kind of put up that power production to help Mike Moustakas out. There's no reason that he should have led the team last year with only 27 home runs. 27 home runs is a good 2 or 3 compliment, but I need somebody to hit a little bit more power than that. So we will see if he can come in and be that power guy. First at bat he had, he popped it out. 0-2 count here, dropped third strikeout, which, I mean, you got to take the deal with the bat. If you got a home run hitter, he's probably striking out a lot, so it is what it is. In his third at bat, he takes the first pitch he sees as a line drive out to left field, so he will go 1 for 3 in his spring debut. Loading the bases up here with no outs, already a 2-0 lead. So we got to look and see how the rest of the team proceeds. And next up is Aristides Aquino. Bases loaded, 2-1 count, and he dribbles this one over the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play. And although we get a run in this RBI on his stat sheet, that's the worst type of RBI we could have had in that situation, and we end up losing that game 6-5. So Jesus Aguilar, future first baseman, I think he could be a long-term solution there. I think he's only like 28, 29. Somewhere around that range, not that old, and he could be our first baseman for a while we can go ahead and complete the rest of this rebuild and get all the rest of the missing pieces in. But obviously, we're going to have to build from within, and that starts with the draft, baby. Doug Granger, the second person we drafted, not even the first person we drafted. Jesus Gomez was our first overall draft pick. He will be down at the AA level getting some work in because he did come in as a 46 overall despite having high potential. Doug Granger came in with 75 overall, high potential as well. So he was MLB ready from the moment we drafted him, and look at that. Taking the first at bat, coming down from 1-2, pulling up the count, and then getting a base hit off of it. Shows some experience when it comes to hitting. Now he comes back up for his next at bat. Runners at the corners. He bloops this one out to center field. Everybody's still moving, so it is a base hit and an RBI. 2 for 2 and an RBI on the day. Both singles, so not hitting for too much power. But I liked his plate discipline. I liked his plate vision. I thought he was very good. Now here he gets on top of one a little bit and dribbles it out to shortstop. But I think he could be our, DH. We'll see if he works his way onto the field, what his fielding attributes look like. The outfield is looking kind of sus right now because Nick Senzel's playing great. We still have Albert Amora Jr. on the left side, but now we have Joey Gallo. Aristides Aquino obviously is out there, and if he's not hitting good, somebody's going to have to take over the outfield spot. So we'll see if it's going to be Albert Amora Jr., if it's going to be Doug Granger. After that RBI double of greatness there, first extra base hit, we got to show him love one time. But is it going to be one of those two? Is it going to be somebody new? Maybe somebody else shows up. Does Jay Allen or Alan Serta show out? Show that they need to be up here and starting? Only time will tell. As we get another loss here in 11-3 fashion, we are looking to, obviously wins and losses don't matter that much in the spring, but we would like to do a little bit better than that. Mahaley there, 5 earned runs. Gutierrez giving up 4, but none of them earned, so ERA still looking smooth. But other than that, everybody else, laying up goose egg. Serrano, 2 earned runs. We'll get that down in the next start when he actually, gets to start and pitch 3 straight innings and kind of get that ERA lower. Now here we got Cesar Hernandez coming up. Made a little bit of a mistake, and I clicked into Jesus Aguilar for the player lock by accident. switched it up. So we missed his first 2 at bats. He was 0 for 1 with the sac fly and the RBI on the day. But I did like hitting with him. He's somebody else that we want to come in and have hit for that average 270 last year with only 19 home runs. Maybe give us a little bit more in the home run production, but just kind of helping out with having more people that can hit for power, will hit for power, but also give us somebody that will hit for a little bit of an average too. Playing the everyday shortstop role. I'm not sure if Kyle Farmer can handle that no more. And then Max Rock, I don't know if he's ready. But we're able to get a dub here in this game, 5-4. And I really feel like Cesar Hernandez could end up being the everyday shortstop for a couple years now. I think he's only like 28 or 27. Like, he actually was young when we got him. Joey Gallo gets his 2nd home run of the spring there, so shout out to him with that. And pitching wise, everybody did great here today. I mean, 2 runs by Lodato is ideal, but everybody laying them goose eggs or just 1 run here and there. Of course, ERAs are going to balloon up because you haven't pitched that much. We're okay with that. Everybody's doing good so far, so good through the spring. And we'll get into our last player lock game of at least of this first half of the spring training with Hunter Green. We have 4 people fighting for that 5th starting pitcher spot, and we'll kind of see how that battle goes throughout the rest of spring training. But I wanted to focus in on him because he hasn't had any major league time yet. Vladimir Gutierrez has. He came up and got called up last year. Nick Lodato obviously was in the starting rotation last year. Tariq Skubal has had time at the majors. Hunter Green's the only one that hasn't. So we wanted to see how he would develop and change now. 1-2 slider left over the middle of the plate. That is deep out to the left, right field. And that is in the bullpen for a solo home run. Had a chance to end it there. Just left the slider up too much. And that's what I'm talking about. He hasn't had any major league experience. So now we get to see, too, what are you going to do? And obviously, if you're AAA, AA, you're probably not getting tattooed off of one mistake. You are here at the show. Now that that's in your brain and you realize that, how are you going to bounce back from that solo home run? 2-1 to Raymond up next with 1 out. He gets a little dribble over to second base. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little 4-pitch ground out there to settle yourself back down. Come back to earth. 5th pitch here. 2-2 even up count. Swing and miss at the slider up top. That is a great way to go ahead and finish out your first inning. Even though you gave up a home run, it could have been a lot worse. You could have spiraled, gave up a couple hits, a couple more runs. So we'll take it. Even count here to Sean Murphy. Leaves the 4-seamer over the plate too much. You can see it. He knows it. The outfielders know it. The infielders know it. And now the goalpost knows it. I said goalpost. Now the post knows it too as it rings off that thing. It is another solo home run. Only their 2nd hit as a team, but also their 2nd earned run. So now how do you bounce back from that as well? Well, leaving up the count isn't good unless you get that 4-seamer on the black for a strikeout. Out number 1, you got Sheldon Noose coming up, number 7 hitter. He flies this one out deep to left center field. Nick Senzel's going back, and he will track it down for out number 2. Loving these even counts. Another 2-2 count. Swings and misses at the changeup. This time had him way off guard, and that is a great strikeout pitch there. Strikeout number 3 on the ball game, and we'll go into his 3rd and final inning of work. That's something I do like, though. They actually take into account warming pitchers' arms up through spring training. So, coming in, just letting them get 3 innings and kind of taking them out. That is, good that they have that in the game. I like the fact that he only pitched 3 innings here. I would probably put him like on a pitch count limit. So like when you hit like 50 pitches, I probably would take you out through that first week. Well, as soon as obviously you can't hit 50 exactly every time, but when you hit that 50 mark, when you finish whatever batter that is, even if it was you just got like your 6th straight strikeout, but as soon as you throw 50 pitches, you gotta come on, bro. You gotta get out the game. So we were able to pick up a victory here, so no loss going on his ledger for Hunter Green, despite giving up those 2 home runs early out in the ball game. Other than that, I think he did pretty good pitching the contact, getting guys to get weak hits to get them out. As you can see here, Parks and India actually get their first home runs. Will Gallo hits his 4th of the spring. Wow, that is amazing. And then you see here Skubal giving up 2 more earned runs, but everybody else, once again, kind of laying out them goose eggs or 1 run here or there. And we're able to go ahead and get the victory. So now we will simulate a little bit of the spring. Go ahead and see how the rest of the time plays out. Just kind of looking over, seeing whose ERAs are going up, who's getting the wins and losses. Obviously, you see in some of these games, we're putting up a lot of runs, 9, 6, 7. Even in a loss, we put up 10, 7. And we're coming into the last week of the season. So let's go ahead and look at some of these stats for starting out with the position players. Leading us in hits, Cesar Hernandez with 20. Jesus Aguilar with 17. Home runs, 4 by Jonathan India and Joey Gallo. India showing off a ton of power at the leadoff spot. reminding me of Ricky Weeks and Jimmy Rollins back in the day. That's what I want to see my leadoff hitter do. Joey Gallo, for whatever reason, though, only 4 home runs, and he had 4 after spring training game 5. So that's kind of alarming. He's been on a little home run slump here recently. As we go ahead and look at some of the people that's hitting for good averages as far as like day-to-day starters and not just getting a couple hits here. Cesar Hernandez hitting 323, Albert Moore Jr. 316, Joey Gallo hitting over 300, Donovan Solano earning that $18 million contract. You better earn it. I wish I could say the same thing about Drury, because unfortunately that boy is hitless in 6 at-bats. So now I'm looking at, like, should I trade him, release him? Like, should I clear up the $18 million? Should I just eat it and just not sign him back next season? Because I don't think I'll be signing anybody this year. But I think cap does roll over. So, I mean, it couldn't help him. I guess maybe next season. We'll see. Pitching-wise, though, obviously you got to take the ERA with a grain of salt. You got to look at that whip. You got to look at how many innings pitched they have to kind of see what the real numbers are saying. So, I mean, 5 2/3 for Kirby Yates and giving up no earned runs and a whip of .88. I'll take that all day, every day. Seth Lugo, a .79 ERA and a .71 whip in 11 in the third innings. That I'll take. Now, when the ERA start getting high and you've got like Serrano, for example, 4.5, but his whip's only 1.3, which is a lot lower than some of the people ahead of him. So that just shows he hasn't pitched enough innings. He's just been giving up too many runs. But the hits and walks per inning pitched is pretty low. Like Hunter Green, 10 ERA, but a 1.7 whip was still lower than some of the other relievers. We'll see how the rest of the time goes now. This was his start, so we simulated it. 7-2 loss for us. Granger actually getting a home run in this game, but Hunter Green ended up giving up 5 of those 7 earned runs. So ERA shot up even higher to 13.5, gave up 6 hits, only 1 strikeout. So for me to know if he's ready to make that leap to the major league roster, even if it's as a long reliever, I gotta see how he plays this final game. Starting things off here with Brendan Rodgers, batting 154 on the season. We got to see if he's able to slow down this Rockies offense. Strike out to start off the game is beautiful for me. A nice little fly out here deep to center field. Coming in, Nick Senzel makes the diving grab. Are you serious? Making it the second out of the ball game. That speed comes in handy in center field as he lays all the way out for this 18 miles per hour on top speed. Took the perfect route to the ball at 100%. Next up, you got Chris Bryant. Got him froze on that curveball on the outside edge for strikeout number 2 of the ball game. It's great when you can count on your defense to kind of help you out with getting some work in. Now here he's falling behind 3-0. He's trying to battle back. Gets him to swing and miss the 4-seamer. Foul off the slider. Foul off the 4-seamer. Coming back with a full count pitch here. Froze him on the 98 heat on the outside corner. And that's another strikeout for him. Strikeout number 3. You got Randall coming up next. Popping out to third base on only 3 pitches. Kind of helping that pitch count stay low. And showing me that he can work some of these outs. Now 1-2 to Charlie Blackmon. Swings and misses through the 100-mile-per-hour heat. That's why I want him up here so bad. 100-mile-per-hour heat. We're only 20 pitches deep into it, and he's still hitting that upper part. So it shows it's not just like, his first pitch of the game and he's gassed out. No, he's still hitting 100 deep into the ball game. Now here we got a little blooper over hitting his ankle. That kind of affects him a little bit. Hopefully not too bad. And I saw him limp back to that mound a little bit now. Okay, there you go. Getting a ground ball there. 6-4-3 tells me that he is okay. And at least good to keep moving on through the rest of this game. Now we go into the 5th inning. First batter faces CJ Cron. Pops this one up, but he says, you know what? Let me show you guys that I'm okay. I'm going to run over here and field this one myself. And takes the out for himself. Now 1 out. Randall coming back up 0-2. Swings and misses through the 98-mile-per-hour 4-seamer for strikeout number 6 on the day. Next person he faces, that is a dribbler out to the outfield. Base hit. Now with 2 outs, no big deal here. Just go ahead and get the final out. Let's get up out of here. 1-2 to Ryan McMahon. Tries to get him to swing at that slider, and it's off the hip bone, thigh meat, whatever you want to call it. He's over there on first base. Now we got runners on first, second, and there goes Hanson. He dribbles this one out to right field. The throw is going to have to come in quick, fast, and in a hurry. Throw is in, but not in time and offline. And that's an earned run given up, man. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Kenny Finley in this inning is a 4-seamer, 99-mile-per-hour heat, striking him out to end not only the 5th inning, but his full day of work. We take the loss here 3-2, but unfortunately, we weren't able to go ahead and back him up with any kind of offense here today. 5 innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Lowered that ERA down to a 9.6, probably even lower if he doesn't give up an earned run. And while he did good, I just don't know if it's enough, man. So let's focus in on the batters really quick as we go ahead and look at their stats kind of ending off the spring, seeing who's made the roster, who's done enough. Looking at Stevies and Hernandez, I think I might have to switch them in the rotate or the lineup. Get Hernandez up one, and maybe Quinn doesn't even make the starting rotation. Donovan Solano earning the 18 millions, while Drury went 0 for 2 or 0 for 9. Although having 2 RBIs, still went 0 for 9 in the spring. I don't even know if he's going to stay up here. Colin Moran hitting 300 with 3 home runs. He's earned his time up here. Kyle Farmer, Jake Fraley. I don't know. Brad Parks. I don't know if you're ready at that 59 overall to stay up here. Max. Jose did pretty good. Matthew Nielsen. Obviously need a backup catcher. Albert Amore Jr. Alan Serta. Jay Allen. We'll see if they've made it. Doug Granger. 231. Might be a last minute call. Now pitching wise. Obviously you got to look at the innings pitched plus the ERA. But my first 4 solidified my Luis Castillo, Tyler Mahaley, Luis Soriano, and Eliezer Hernandez are all locked in right there. They're locked in 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the problem is the 5th pitcher, Hunter Green. I don't want you to be a long reliever, and I don't think you're ready for the rotation, so I think we might have to send that man down. It'll be between Nick Guardado and Vladimir Gutierrez over who takes that spot. There's Tariq Skubal. 5 ERA is not going to cut it. You might have to go down 2 as well. Didn't get any work in for Kyle Tyler or Chase Petty because unfortunately I forgot that if you're below that closing pitcher role, you won't get into the game. But now it's time for cut week. Basically, we got to cut 13 players, not cut, just send them down to the minor league system because we got to go down from 39 to 26. So we start off with Alan Serta here. He will be going down to AAA roster. Just didn't think he did enough. We got a lot of outfielders up here as it is. Same thing with Jay Allen. Although he was at AA last year, I think he's ready at least to go up to that move to AAA. So we will be sending him down there. Drake Fraley will be sent down as well. Kyle Farmer being sent down too as well, down to the AAA level. As you can see, we only have 12 people at AAA level, so we got a lot of sending down to do. Brandon Drury, he's going down to AAA. Justin Wilson, didn't think he did enough in the spring. He's going down. Chase Petty, he's going down to AA. I didn't think he performed good enough last year at AA to warrant a move up to AAA. Kyle Tyler will be going down to AAA. Hunter Green, as we just said, I want him to be a starter, not a long reliever. He's going down to AAA. Tariq Skubal, a 5 ERA is not going to be good enough when the other 2 had 3s. You're going down. Tony Santalani, I didn't like his season last year. He's going down. Brad Parks at a 59 overall. I want you to go down to AA. If you killed it up here, I know he's going to dominate down there. That'll help his overall get even higher. Max Rock, I know you did good last year. We got too many infielders now. Don't think you did enough during the spring to warrant staying up here, so I got to let you go down. Now, I like to normally have 2 catchers per level, so that way everybody has a backup. So we go to the free agency, sign 24-year-old Kale Emersoff. He had a B potential, and we go ahead and sign him to a minor league deal to get him on our AAA roster to see if he can just go ahead and back up there. No huge plans for him in the future, just where he's going to be at. Now, as we look at the starting lineup, just like I said, Donovan Solano will be DHing against righties. Doug Granger will be DHing against lefties. Albert Amore Jr., Matthew Nielsen, Jose Barrero, and Colin Moran will be coming off the bench. And we go ahead and switch things up with Hernandez and Aquino as far as who will be hitting 7, 6, and 5 and stuff like that. So top 4 in our rotation is solidified. At first, I'm thinking Vladimir Gutierrez as the starting pitcher that I want there. But after last year, I feel like Nick Guardado didn't do too bad to warrant taking him out just yet. So I went ahead and, kept him in there, obviously keeping that left-handed pitcher arm in the rotation as well to go ahead and just let him stay in the roster. And we'll see how everybody else in the bullpen performs. I'm excited to go ahead and get into the regular season. We got to get that kicked off against the Giants. We will go through that series in the next episode. So hopefully if you guys like these moves, let me know any moves that you might have made different, other guys that you might have let stay up. Maybe different roles you would have put people in. I've put both my closers in the setup role, letting Lugo stay in the middle relief role for now, and letting Lucas Sims stay our closing pitcher. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Leave a like, comment down below if you guys did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are brand new, and we will come back, like I said, against that Giants to go ahead and start the season off next time out. So it's been your boy, SGG, the King of Games, and Coach Sean Smooth, or GM Sean Smooth. He's going to have to be out for the day, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gone.